Howdy boob loobers, I mean tube ubers. Let me adjust this camera, it's a bit too low for my liking. So, here I am, TJ Pyramid, back with another review. Now this is a movie I had interest in for a few months now, but it was always just too pricey, but I found it the other day in the Walmart bargain bin. And that is The Frozen Ground, with really two of my favorite actors, Nicolas Cage and John Cusack. Absolutely love these two guys. I really don't care what they do. If they're in it, I'm probably going to watch it. I just like them. Also, Vanessa Hudgens is in this. Also, a couple other actors that I have seen in, like, you know, those character actors that are in like a dozen billion movies that you see them and you're like, I know that guy, but you don't know the name. You never come up with the name. There's a couple actors like that in there. Also, Rhoda Mitchell is in this, but I don't even know if she's listed on this thing in here. Yeah, Rhoda Mitchell, she's listed, but oh yeah, also Curtis 50 Cent Jackson with some really wacky pimp hair. So yeah, The Frozen Ground, written and directed by Scott Walker, and this is based on a true story about a serial killer named Robert Hansen, who was running around in Alaska and picking up women of a certain type, like 5'2", 125 pounds, with a certain look, basically chaining them to a wall, and just kind of doing what he wants with them, raping them, and then taking them out via his plane and taking them to a part of Alaska where nobody's going to find anything, and letting them free, and they run, and he basically shoots them. And Nicolas Cage plays Jack Holcomb, who's a state trooper who really wants to get to this guy. He wants to get to him because the Vanessa Hudgens character right here actually escapes from John Cusack, escapes from the serial killer, and Nicolas Cage, he kind of finds a shoulder, I guess, to lean on in the movie, that finally somebody in her life that she can trust. She plays like a stripper, dope head, just a girl really down and out on her luck. And she finally finds a little something in a Nicolas Cage that she thinks she can trust. And everything is kind of going against Nicolas Cage and his bureau of the other companies don't want to like prosecute or put up the John Cusack character as like somebody they should look into because his record is just so clean. He had like a prior conviction all the way back in like 71, but he served his time for that, and he's just been, you know, clean as a whistle since then. So they're just trying to push to be like, no, you know, this guy's not doing nothing. He has alibis everywhere here. He would, you know, he wasn't there. He was seen here. He's safe. He's safe. Just leave him be. Leave him be. So there's a lot of bureaucratical bullcrap that goes on in here that Nicolas Cage has to deal with, of just trying to get them to listen and say, hey, I have a witness. All we have to do is get this warrant. We got to search this guy's house. He's killing women. He may be doing it now. He might be out there right now where you're sitting here talking to me about nothing, just pushing me back, and he might be out there right now killing somebody. So, really well acted in this. Of course, Nicolas Cage is to me, just a cool dude, man. Just really love Nicolas Cage, you know, just his voice and that look and just his eyes. Nicolas Cage eyes is just always, you know, so somber, but gets that anger in him. And yeah, and John Cusack really looks, even though you see him there on the cover, when I first see him in this film, I'm like, whoa, John Cusack's getting pretty old. But really well acted. Vanessa Hudgens is perfect in this. She's just fine. Um, so yeah, I mean, if this would have been any other actors or something, I don't know that I would have paid attention to it really. But with two of my favorite actors, Nicholas and John, I immediately, perks up my radar, and I'm like, I need to check this out. So it's definitely a good thriller. It's nothing groundbreaking, nothing you probably haven't seen before, but it's definitely good, especially if you're a fan of John Cusack and Nicolas Cage. That's going to bump it up a little bit, which is what it did for me. But yeah, this is based on a true story, and at the end, you kind of get the overview of what happened to this guy, what happened to this guy, what happened to this character in real life, what happened to this character in real life, what happened to the Vanessa Hudgens character in real life. And it also ends by showing some of the victims of Robert Hansen, and it shows like the real image of them, a real picture of that victim, whether they were found, whether the body was ever found, whether it was ever recovered, if it wasn't found. So it kind of wraps it up nice and smooth. But like I said, nothing groundbreaking, nothing over the top, nothing you haven't seen before, but just a real well done middle ground thriller with some good acting all around. And so definitely worth a watching, especially if you're into movies that are based on true stories and stuff. You're definitely going to want to check out The Frozen Ground. I enjoyed it. And if you happen to get this DVD here, you do get some special features. You get commentary with the writer, director, producers. You get some deleted scenes with optional commentary. You get a behind the scenes, interviews with the cast and crew, writing The Frozen Ground, extended interviews with cast and crew, and the trailer gallery. So you do get some really good features on this. And it's definitely worth having. I think it's it's a good enough film to own and watch, and I definitely watch again with the commentary and just learn more about these people and whatnot, because I mean, not really, I can't remember, I think 20, 30, 40 something women that this guy killed or supposedly killed, so pretty big time guy. And up till this, I hadn't heard of that guy, Robert Hansen. So yeah, check out The Frozen Ground. I don't think you're going to be disappointed. You won't be blown away, but you should, by the end of the film, you should walk away saying, yeah, that was a pretty decent film. So there we go. The Frozen Ground. Check it out. Thanks for watching. Comment down below. Subscribe. Spread the word. And cheers.